Uh,
live.
we are live. Val, I've got to say buongiorno.
Oh, buongiorno, signor. Buongiorno.
Buongiorno, buongiorno. Vaffanculo.
Tutti bene.
Tutto bene. See, tutto bene, muy yeah. Okay, that's all we got, folks. That's all we got. That's all we got, man.
Hey, so I'm sure you got more, you know. I'm sure you got more. You just trying to make me feel good, innit?
Nah. Hey, listen. So listen, folks. You have downloaded episode. Deval. What are we?
295. Because we're staying alive. It's horror time.
We got to we got to stay alive, because you know what? Let me just look behind me, man, because this shit is getting real. So listen, look, folks, we are going to be reviewing Longlegs. So that's coming up within the next kind of half an hour. And also, Deval's going to be speaking about this other movie, Deval. This sounds interesting as well. A Violent Nature. We've spoken about it before. So stick around for that. So those two big movies, we've got obviously Anniversary Corner, we've got trailers, streaming, and we've got movie news. But before we do any of that, Deval.
Yes, we got a shout out this week, and it goes out to our very own Zakharov. Yeah, just a big shout out to Zakharov. We haven't had him on the show for a while, and we need to get him on the show quite soon. And just wanted to say hi, see how you're doing. See you're all good. There's some good films coming out soon, which I know you're going to be all over. I'm pretty sure you were keen on Longlegs as well.
Yes.
So I want to see what Zakharov, what he feels, what he thinks about Longlegs. So let's get you on the show.
Let's get him on the show. And remember, folks, if you want to kind of let us know what you think of a movie, just message us. I think you can actually send us through Spotify. If you listen through Spotify, I think you can send us messages as well.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
There's something where you can send us messages.
Always a way. It's always like nature in Jurassic Park. Nature finds a way. Exactly. Find a way. Insta, Twitter, whatever.
Yep, defo. And who else? Are we shouting anyone else out?
Next shout out, Emmanuel. Thanks, Emmanuel. Yes. Emmanuel, our very own. He delivered, presented the show last week with yourself, obviously, and just big up to him. Big thanks for doing that. Again, he's going to be on the show. Might even be next week when we do Deadpool. So let's see. But big up to Emmanuel as usual, as always. He's always coming through. So nice
and Emmanuel, when you hear this, I can't remember the movie that you said you were going to watch last week. I can't remember what it was, but how was it? Let us know. All right, let's get on to movie news. And so let's do this, man. Zack Snyder. Devaldo, do we want another Rebel Moon? Man. Seriously, man, because what's going on with this franchise, man?
Zack Snyder, he is, because he's got full creative freedom with this one. This one, he wanted it to be like the adult version of Star Wars, and to be that sort of saga that can go on and on and on, be movies, be TV shows, animation, and this one now is going to be a podcast. Okay, so he's gone from
the apple on the tree to flipping the twigs.
Exactly. So this is going to be a 6-parter. And this is going to be set, I believe it's 100. I want to say 100. Don't quote me on that, but it's basically set many, many years before the events of Rebel Moon. Right. It might even be 200 years before, but it's a long time before the events of the movie that we saw, 2-part movie, Rebel Moon. And it's going to be a 6-parter called Sensation. I can't even say it. Seneschal.
Okay.
Seneschal. So,
and listen,
it's called Seneschal.
And listen, Zach, if you're listening, if you need any voice actors, Deval and I, we can do different accents. We can do different language. Deval, show him. Do you want to do a bit of preview?
Zack Snyder, of course. It's a very old friend of He's back again.
Oh, leprechaun.
As we know, there's Guinness and there's rainbows on the moon, just like here on Earth.
Oh god, we haven't heard Leprechaun in a while.
I'll tell you, man.
Back actually, go
get me cancelled in the future. Watch it.
Trust me, man. So listen, so go check that out. If you're a fan of Rebel Moon, now seriously, there must be some fans of Rebel Moon out there, and who are our listeners. So if you are a Rebel Moon fan, get in touch with us. Let us know. Remind us again why it's such a great show. Maybe we can revisit it. Maybe Deval can revisit it. All right, okay. Let's get on to this piece of news now. This is big, and I get it, Deval. I get why this is going to be big news. I get why people are going to be picking up on this, because in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you've got two directors, two brothers, the Russo brothers. They delivered a brilliant conclusion to the the thingy saga. What was it?
Infinity Saga.
The Infinity Saga. They did Civil War. They did Winter Soldier. So they've got this kind of currency, right? So doesn't it make sense
Good
that
stock.
at some point, good stock, man. So doesn't it make sense that Kevin Feige or whoever's in charge right now says, "Hey, Russos, we're in a bit of a slump at the moment. We need you to come back." So that is the big news, that at some point, maybe for Avengers 5 or maybe Avengers 6, they bring back the Russos. Now, what's your take on it? What do you reckon?
Oh, I'm all over that. If it does actually happen, because Marvel, it sounds bad to say, but Marvel hasn't been the best over the past few years, since the end of the Infinity Saga, since Endgame. Obviously, I think Spider-Man, Far From Home, done really well, but the rest of it's been hit and miss. So if the Russos, the people that have the really, really good understanding, grasp of the culture, the content of the big screen,
that universe.
They know it, man. So if they can come on board and do Avengers 5 and Avengers 6, it's going to bring massive confidence to those films, and people are going to be really excited again. So I just hope they're not burned out, and that I don't think that they shouldn't be, but you never know. But yeah, I think either way, do you know what? Either way, whatever they give us is going to be better than what we've had.
Yeah, and when they left Marvel, they went on to do Citadel for Amazon. They did The Grey Man. They're doing stuff, big action, big budget stuff. Now, here's a question. Someone said to me, I was having a conversation with someone about this. They were like, should they recast Kang, the character of Kang again? And now, because apparently the rumor is that he's not going to be the focus going forward.
So it's called the Kang Dynasty, unless they change the name.
Unless they're going to change it. So I don't get it. Could they recast? Should they recast? Should they bring back Majors?
Disney probably will have to, because they're scared of losing money because of public perception, public opinion.
Yeah.
No matter what you think about the case and all that kind of stuff, public opinion costs money.
Yeah.
So I reckon they probably will recast, but I think to make him not the focus and calling it Kang Dynasty, I'm just confused.
Makes sense.
Yeah, something's got to. I think he can be Kang. He still can be, and he still can do a good job. But I just think what's happened is messed up. It's messed things up enough that I reckon they will change him.
Yeah. Because they set up, man. So Quantumania, was it Quantumania? I can't remember now.
Yeah.
One of the Ant-Man movies, they set up this whole kind of villain. So they've set him up, right? Okay. So people were like, shit, okay, we're going to be expecting Kang. He's next level villain, interdimensional, and he's brilliant, mad level skills. And they're also bringing in the Fantastic Four.
Yeah. But I mean, technically they can still have Kang, just with a different face, because as we know, he's different types and different variants, so they can easily do that if they want. So
okay, all right. Well, listen, look, keep it low with the Flixters, folks, and we'll bring you more of that news as we have been doing for the last 5-6 years. All right, but now let's get on to streaming. Now, so this is new. This popped up on obviously everyone's feeds. This is making news everywhere. This is called Those About to Die. This is on Amazon. And it's interesting, Deval, because obviously we just saw the release of the Gladiator 2 trailer. We know that's coming along. People love a good sword and sandals, movie. This one, I'm getting vibes of Spartacus. I'm getting vibes of, what was the other one?
Spartacus, Game of Thrones or no?
Game of Thrones, kind of might mean, but like Spartacus definitely.
Oh, Rome, is it Rome and those sorts of ones?
Yes, there was that came before as well, Rome, but Spartacus, and then what was before Spartacus? There was a prequel one, wasn't there? Gods and no,
I don't remember.
Because remember, he died. The actor, he died, and then they went.
There was 4 seasons of Spartacus. Yeah, so I can't remember what each season was called, but it was basically Spartacus, isn't it? Yeah, but that was good.
It kind of gives us that. But you've seen this, or you've kind of got a wind of this. But yeah, what do you reckon? What can you tell our listeners?
I've seen the trailer for this, and yeah, it's got Anthony Hopkins seems to be sort of the sort of main guy in it, which I reckon they're going to trick us. I don't think he's going to be in it
He's going to be
forever.
in it that much, yeah.
Nah, I don't think so. But he seems to be like the sort of emperor or something like that. And then we have Ewan Rion, who played. Who are the people that flayed people in Game of Thrones?
Oh, the
Boltons, yeah, the Boltons. But he was a bastard, wasn't he?
He was a bastard.
Yeah, he was. Roose Bolton was the dad, and he was. I can't remember his first.
I can't remember what his name was. Yeah, but he was mean.
He was
nasty.
He was a good villain. Yeah. Really good. Ramsay Snow.
Bolton.
He was a Snow.
He was a Snow. Yes.
And then he became a Bolton because he was a bastard. But yeah, he's in it. He seems to be like the second lead guy, and then you've got other actors as well. But it seems like, just like what you said, it seems like a bit of a sword and sandals. There seems to be a sort of a gladiator sort of stage where they're fighting and stuff like that. So yeah, it just seems like an interesting one. It's 10 episodes, Amazon Prime. Could be worth a watch. And they say they're executive producers of Saving Private Ryan. So you've got a bit of clout there. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. Do you know when that one's coming out?
It's out on the 18th of July, which was in the past.
Okay, so maybe you've seen it. If you're out there and you're listening to this, maybe you've seen it. Let us know what you think. And the other one, okay, let's just briefly speak about this. So I've seen all the episodes now. It's done and dusted. This is The Acolyte. This is on Disney Plus. And
seen it all. Please tell me. We haven't spoken since you've seen it, I think. But episode 3, when they say, the power of one, the power of two, the power of many, whatever.
I know there's a bit of a listen. Look, they've got this new there's this new kind of villain in there. Although in the background, Darth Plagueis, is it Plagueis or Plagueis? Devoured. Did you see that little bit?
What was that for?
What was that? Why? Why couldn't you just?
We saw someone that we presume is Darth Plagueis, the person that can bring life. He's the person that the Sith Lord, what's his name? I can't remember. Palpatine once said in Star Wars that Darth Plagueis had the power to control life, basically. And obviously, these ladies in the Acolyte, they created life out of nothing. So I think they're kind of putting us in that direction, saying that Darth Plagueis is around. We saw him in a cave for no more than 2.5, 3 seconds. There was no explanation, no nothing.
Just those spindly hands.
This show is just I don't want to cuss it too much because it's easy to cuss when everyone's cussing, but this deserves to be cussed. This show deserves to be cussed.
I found the actor who played Usha and May, she's actually great in other stuff, but I just found parts of her really annoying. Seriously, man, there were just some bits in the way that I don't know. It was just weird.
I can see it didn't come naturally. That kind of character.
Yeah.
And I think the sort of baddie guy with the helmet. I think he'll be good in another role. He was all right. He was all right.
Yeah.
And some people are cussing. Oh my gosh, it's sad to say because anyone that can speak more than one language, you shouldn't really cuss them. You shouldn't because it's difficult learning a language.
Yeah, of course.
Soul. People are cussing him.
I know that they couldn't understand. They were like,
and I have to agree with there was a couple of sentences where I didn't
get.
Yeah, so I'm not cussing him because I get it, but it was a bit difficult sometimes. I ain't gonna lie.
Know. And what do you think? What did you make of the right at the end? Right at the end, we got a little throwaway just to kind of introduce us to the fact that Yoda.
Disrespect. That's a disrespect bringing a bad boy into this just to try and make people get excited. To have to do that means the show wasn't all that.
I don't think there's going to be. Who knows if there's going to be a second season? But I mean, I don't know, man. It was just kind of a bit of a letdown for me. The only thing I would say is she's got mad power because she had the kind of the death thing that Darth Vader had.
Oh, the strangle.
The strangle thing.
Yeah. And the whole season, she wasn't doing any Force stuff, and all of a sudden, she did that. She changed her lightsaber from green to red somehow. It just happened.
It just changed.
This show it felt like they just wanted to do what they wanted to do, and just did it. doesn't matter what Star Wars history says. They just did it, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
They're marking their own
I think they were
homework
trying to be
almost.
edgy with it. Like, you know, they were trying to
Yeah.
do something different, and it just maybe look, it fell flat in some places. So listen,
Mm,
if you haven't seen it and
mm.
you're a Star Wars fan, go check it
Don't
out.
bother. No,
Yeah.
don't bother.
Well, actually, if you're a Star Wars fan, you probably have seen it.
Yeah.
So
I
exactly,
know some people that are Star Wars fans, and you know what? I've
they
urged
didn't.
them to see it just
Yeah.
because I think it's almost going to be like, you know, if you taste something bitter and then taste
Mm.
something nice afterwards, the thing you taste afterwards is even better. I
Yeah.
think this will help future Star Wars viewings because this is so bad. The next thing you see has to be better.
Has to be better. But
But
what do we get? What are we getting next? Ahsoka season 2. I think we're probably getting.
the
I hope we
Skeleton
get another
Crew with Jude
Andor.
Law, Jude Law, Skeleton Crew.
That's it.
I think Mandalorian. I'm not sure what's happening. That's a movie,
Oh,
isn't it? I think it's going to be
yeah,
a
it's going to
movie.
be
I
a
think.
movie. So we'll see
I
what
don't
happens with
know.
that one.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
and obviously we're going to get some Ray Skywalker movies as
Yeah.
well. All right, okay. So that's kind of yeah. So those about to die and go the Acolyte, go check them out, and obviously check out The Boys if you haven't seen that. Now trailers. So Devout, I'm assuming this is kind of got a horror twist to this. Afraid, be very afraid.
Afraid. Do you know what? I can't remember what it is. You know,
Oh shit!
I've seen it. I'm just thinking, what did I just watch? What's Afraid? Let me double check this one.
Yeah.
David Dasmanchian.
Oh, him. Yes.
Oh yes, yeah, I remember now. Oh yes, I remember. Oh, this is a good one. Yes, I remember now.
Okay.
Yeah, so this one, uh, this stars David Dashmanchian. I can't say his name.
Yeah.
It's got Keith Carradine.
Mm.
This one is basically this is about AI. This one's about AI.
Okay.
Yeah, so this one, this family move into this house, and the AI does everything.
Oh
So the
shit.
AI will know what you're going to eat. It will
Yeah.
help your kids with their homework. It will just do everything for you,
Mm.
everything. But this AI then, see what
Mm.
Elon Musk was saying, how AI could be dangerous.
Yep.
This AI starts to
Is
go
is
mad.
dangerous.
It's
Okay.
made by the same people as Megan, who was
Yep.
that, the doll that went mad.
Yes. Yep.
Yes, it's crazy.
This
Like
is a Blumhouse production.
Blumhouse, man. I'll give you one example. In the trailer, there's a young daughter, a young girl daughter. She's dating some guy, and I think the guy's getting on her nerves or something like that. He done something upset her, nothing major at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then AI's like, she tells the AI, "Oh, I'm not happy because my boyfriend, he didn't take me out to the prom, or I don't know what it was." And AI's like, "Don't worry, I will take care of that." So the boy is now driving a Tesla, obviously,
Yeah.
and then while he's driving a Tesla, the AI now has gone into his Tesla
Infected the
and
Tesla.
and
Yeah.
crushed
Done
him,
him.
killed him.
Oh
That's it.
shit.
It's mad. Yeah. So this is the future of what can happen.
I know. I
AI
know.
is big in the world. You know.
You know, imagine if the ending of this is a final scene, right? There's an end of credit scene where this AI meets the Megan doll
Oh
and
my
they team up. Can you imagine? It's like
gosh.
a shared universe. I can
Oh
imagine
my
doing something like that, man.
gosh. It could be. So David Dashmanchian, I think he's the voice of the
Okay.
AI. I
Yeah,
think,
he's
and
creepy.
John Cho is the main star with the. He's got a family.
He's the
John
MILF guy.
Cho. Yeah,
MILF.
exactly.
MILF.
Yeah, so he's in this. He's the family
Right.
man in this.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. That sounds
Mm.
interesting. Go check that one out, folks. Afraid. Now, who hasn't wanted to be a different man before, Deval?
Mm-mm-mm.
Tell us about this one.
Oh man, a different man, a different man, a different man, a different man stars.
Lead right.
You should tell. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to remember what it is. Oh yeah, different man.
Oh, this has
No,
got
no,
the Winter Soldier in
it's
it.
Winter Soldier. Yeah, Bucky, Sebastian Stan. Yeah, different man. This is an A24 film, and
Okay.
this film looks very interesting.
Mm.
So basically, in this film, it looks like he's got some sort of really, really to describe it,
Yeah.
really intense, like disfigurement.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
it's like
I can
his
see. Yeah.
tumors, or you can't even recognize his face. It's like they said, see the Elephant Man.
Yes.
Remember the Elephant Man is kind
Elephant
of like
Man.
that.
Yeah. 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 Of
Yeah,
course.
and some people in the world, I've seen certain documentaries on
Where
YouTube
they
or
have
whatever.
this. Yeah.
They have this. It's not even
Mm.
like this is not fake. People
Mm.
have this. So
Yeah.
basically, long story short, Sebastian Stan has this condition. He has it. He's struggling through life. He's got a few friends, but he's struggling, obviously.
Mm.
And then something happens where they're able to treat this condition,
Yep.
and then they make his face sort of no tumors, sort of regular face
Yeah.
kind of thing, and then it looks like the person that had the tumors somehow pops up. I'm not sure if it's in his imagination
Yeah.
or if it's a separate person, because now he hasn't got the tumors.
Mm.
He's walking around with a regular face, but then the
Yeah.
person with the tumors they've come into the scene and they've got all these friends. Everyone likes them. It's person they get a
Mm.
girlfriend, and he's like, "What's going on?" Like I think he feels jealous or something. It's
Yeah, that
weird,
this
but
person's
this
having this
yeah.
life that I should have had.
Yes, exactly. So this looks like an interesting film, but the
Mm.
way I've described it is probably only 10% of what it is. So
Mm.
it just looks like an interesting film to watch. So
Yeah,
yeah, A Different
yeah.
Man.
And Sebastian
When's it coming
Stan,
out?
when
September.
he does the kind of obviously not the he can do the non-Marvel stuff
Yeah.
as well.
His non-Marvel stuff is better. Look at
Yeah,
I Tonya.
I
That's a
Tonya, he did
really good
Pam,
film.
he did Pammy,
Yeah,
didn't he? Pam or
he's
something like that.
yeah, Pam and Tommy. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
He's good. He's more than just Winter.
Exactly, but there you go.
I
So
mean,
go check that one out, folks. That is called A Different Man. And this one, we had a bit of a laugh at this before we started recording this. This is called Girl, You Know It's True. Now, listen, if you grew up in the 80s and you heard that, Girl, You Know It's True, you know that it's
I love
I love
you.
you. You
Mm.
know it's a song by duo. I think they were Dutch duo, Milli Vanilli. And like it became number one. I know it became number one in the UK and it was really bad, but there's a underlying dark secret there, Deval.
Mm.
Go
Yeah,
on.
yeah. This so basically, yeah, you described it really well.
Mm.
80s pop singers. I think they I think they were Dutch, isn't it, or something like
Yeah, they
that.
were Dutch. Yeah,
Had
yeah.
had dreadlocks,
Grammy award winning, by the way.
Grammy award winning, and everything, and they had some big songs. And then they performed a few places and stuff. I'm not sure if it was one performance or just all the performances, but they were lip syncing.
Mm.
They were lip syncing, and then people found out that they were lip syncing and that they weren't really singing. And I want to say I can't remember this if this is true, but were they actually singing in their songs on
No,
the records?
they were
They weren't.
actually. It was then found out that someone else was actually
Someone
singing
else.
someone else was
Yeah,
actually singing their songs. So
yeah,
they you obviously earned loads of money
yeah,
doing Top of the Pops, like which is a show in the UK, music show, and MTV, or maybe there wasn't MTV back then, but like they were famous everywhere, like Europe, you
yeah.
know. And then in the end, the whole thing was they weren't even singing. So
Mm,
imagine if that happened like in 2024 now. Imagine the being
yeah,
cancelled.
yeah.
But
But
there was a massive stigma.
probably now, the way everything's so fake, maybe people won't
Well,
mind now. But
well, it's
back in the
true.
day, things like things had to be authentic. Now
Yeah,
you're gonna have AI singers singing. Watch, but
trust me. Trust me.
but yeah,
There's a bit of software. Well, it's a website that if you and I we feed our voices into it, it will
oh yeah,
replicate. Yeah,
yes,
it'll replicate our
yes,
voices. So man,
yes,
we don't even have to record this show
yeah,
anymore.
yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh, could be better,
Imagine if
could be better.
did it. The AI does it, and it becomes a massive hit.
Hmm.
All right, okay. So this is so this documentary. I was just having a look about Simon Verhoeven. Now, where have you heard that name before?
Paul Verhoeven.
Yes, is his
Uh,
granddad.
what?
So the guy who's directed this documentary, Paul
Yeah,
Verhoeven, is his granddad.
Paul Verhoeven is Simon Verhoeven's granddad.
Yes.
Is it?
Yeah. So the guy who's directed this
Ah,
documentary on Milli
yeah.
Vanilli
Oh,
is
it's a film. It's a film, not a documentary.
oh sorry,
Mm,
a
it's a
movie, yeah.
movie. Mm. Is it?
So check that out. You know,
Oh,
Verhoeven's
damn.
still doing it. Um,
Okay.
all right. So yeah, listen, go check that one out. If you can find it. I'll be honest with you, it wasn't really I don't even know if it was released over here or is going to be
No, I
released
don't
over
think
here.
it's come out yet. The trailer. So well, it's funny because it says 2023. It's 2024 now, but the trailer just came out a few days ago. Maybe it's been delayed or something. But it's
Mm.
also got Matthias Schweinhofer. He's the German guy that was in that Zack Schneider film when the zombies and they robbed the safe. Do you remember what was that film called
Oh
again?
yes, the dead I know
Yeah,
which one
that
you're talking
one.
about. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that one. It was
Mm.
And he was in Oppenheimer. He was in Heart of Stone, Army
Yep.
of Thieves. That film is
Army
called.
of
So
Thieves. That's it. Yeah.
yeah, so he's in it as well. He's like he's the producer basically.
Mm, mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, brilliant. All right, so go check that one out, and listen, look, we're going to start kind of getting into kind of the main movie that we're going to be speaking about. But before that, let's do anniversary corner, and
Yep.
we've chosen this one because obviously there's a connection, same genre, kind of like the horror, supernatural, but it also the main star of this anniversary corner movie is the main star of the main movie that we're going to be speaking about. So this is It Follows from 10 years ago, 2014, an instant classic movie.
Mm.
And some people will be like, well, how can it be classic if it's like only 10 years old? Trust me, you need to go and watch this movie. But the breakdown of that is a young woman is pursued by a supernatural entity
Mm.
after a sexual encounter. And the
Mm.
only way she can get rid of it is
Pass it on.
she's got to pass it on like some venereal disease.
Mm.
And literally that is the movie. And the premise is so kind of like, what? Hang on a second. This is mad. But the way they execute it is brilliant, man.
Mm. This film is one of my favorite horror films, and it's
It's
hardly
nasty.
even any. It's
No,
not a
there's no
slasher. It's not
shock.
bloody. Yeah, it's just.
It's just,
It's so well done, and it's for me. It's the epitome of terror. Because in this film, if you've got what this person's got, you will never rest.
yeah.
And for me, that's terror. You will never rest unless you pass it on. But it's just so well done,
I
so
know.
well done.
Yeah. If you haven't seen the movie, go check it out.
It
So that
follows,
person,
man.
yeah. So the main person in that one is Micah Monroe, and she's
Yeah.
in, and that leads us nicely into. I mean, we could speak more and more about It Follows, but we
Oh,
obviously you just go out and watch it if you haven't seen it.
mm,
But that leads us nicely into the main movie, one of the main movies that we're going to be speaking about. This is a new release in cinema. This is called Longlegs. It stars Micah Monroe,
yeah.
and you know what, Deval? I specifically try to stay away from
Same trailers and that. Yeah, yeah,
trailers and
yeah.
kind of reading this and reading that. And the only small little bits and pieces that I kind of did see that caught my eye was they were kind of likening this to like a modern day or kind of like this decade's Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, yeah,
So
okay.
if you go back and you think about Silence of the Lambs, that came out in the 90s, Jodie Foster, Anthony Hopkins, he won an Oscar for it. This based on a
Mm,
book by Dean Harris, I think something Robert Harris, I can't remember. But anyway, that was a classic movie based off of a novel. So if you're thinking, shit, man, this could be our modern day version of Silence of the Lambs, you go into it thinking, okay, wow, this is going to be good. And you know what, man? It was from the beginning of the movie, man. It was flipping creepy as it's like, so honestly, as soon as the movie started, I was just like, shit, I'm feeling really claustrophobic. Like
mhm,
it was only maybe me and maybe two other people in the cinema. And it just the music, the creepiness, the way that the angle, the way that it kind of did that 4:3 starting of the movie, and then it expands out. Man, so I'm gonna just talk about how I felt about that whole thing,
mm.
and the eeriness, the kind of, oh shit, this is feeling uneasy, and like there's something really peculiar, supernatural going on in this, and there's not many jump scares in the movie, Deval.
There isn't actually. You're right. No, there isn't. There is not.
So how would you describe the horror or the kind of the creepiness, the scariness about it? What type of horror is it then?
Unsettling.
Yeah,
It kind of reminds me a little bit of like Hereditary style, kind of unsettling.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
It's just, it's supernatural. It's unsettling. How else can I describe it? Unerring. It's not
Yeah.
nice. It's just
It's
not
just not.
nice.
It's just the thing, and what it is, right? What the film does really, really well. It kind of, it's this kind of procedural crime drama
Mm,
where Micah Monroe, she plays an FBI agent. She's been assigned to this case. There's a serial killer. Seemingly the fathers of a family are killing everyone in the family, and it's happening on a specific day of a particular month, any month, but it's happening on a specific day. And somehow she has the ability to kind of, she's connected to it in some sort of way. And we don't know her connection, Mike and Monroe, the FBI agent, we don't know her connection to the kind of the serial killings and the murders, etc., until, as we kind of move along. But at the beginning, we're introduced to her. She's a bit kind of, I don't know, a bit OCD maybe.
Yeah,
She's kind of like, there's something edgy, there's something off about her as well, right, Deval, when we first meet her.
And I think someone says she's psychic or something, because the first time we see her in action, she's working with her partner. Yeah. They're looking for someone, and they go to her house, and then she turns and she's like, he's in there. And then they go to the house, and the person they're looking for actually is in there. Yeah. Something happens. I won't spoil it. Something happens, but how did she know that the person was there?
Exactly. Yeah. So we introduced this character, and so she gets put onto this case. And also the person who was her boss, Blair Underwood, man, do you remember?
He changed.
He has not aged.
No.
Mate, I remember him from LA Law. Watching LA Law.
This Are you was serious?
Like Deval, LA Law, man. I used to watch that all the time. He's exactly the same. And I was like, brilliant, man. Seeing Blair Underwood, he's playing a boss and everything, and they're on the kind of, the hard trail on finding this killer. And then you see kind of glimpses and like little bits and pieces of who the killer is. And oh man, I mean, we can give it away who it is, right? Because it's in the trailer, isn't it? Or is it not?
I don't know, No, I didn't see it in the trailer.
I just saw the trailer.
Yeah. All right, you can see the trailer? Okay, yeah, in the trailer, they didn't make it too clear, to be honest, no.
Yeah, they didn't make it. All right, okay, so we won't spoil that. But, but I mean, what else from the setup do you want to kind of give our listeners?
Time-wise, this is set in Bill Clinton. He's the president at the time. I think it's like the mid-90s somewhere.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. So it's just the sort of the scenery and the technology and everything is in that era. So it's a bit of a different spin on things, which makes it interesting. The lighting, the sets, just the whole atmosphere, it does lend to a good sort of crime psychological thriller, like a Silence of the Lambs, like a Zodiacs.
Yeah.
Almost not as dark, but almost a bit towards your sevens.
Yes.
With like, there's not much bright sunlight here. It's all quite dimly set. Even when it is daytime, it does look a bit dull. You're right. So the mood is set from the get-go. This is not going to be a happy experience for anyone.
Yeah.
Anyone at all.
And you know what kind of made it interesting though for me was this whole the supernatural element, Deval. There's images in this movie where Deval.
And I'm glad you say that, because I watched the trailer once and I knew from one trailer this is a film I got to see, and I didn't do any more research or anything.
Exactly.
Stayed away from reviews, and I didn't actually know there was a real supernatural element. I thought as we're going through the film, I thought, okay, this is going to be a person, a person, serial killer, whatever.
Yeah,
man.
No, it goes deep into kind of occultism to Satanism, and this, we got to say the D word. The D word pops up as well a lot. So there's all that connection in there. So it kind of does have vibes of Silence of the Lambs. But you listen, the image, the image of the thing that we see, and I'm not going to obviously give this away. That I don't know why, but I kept on thinking about The Nun. With the eyes.
Oh no, that for me. That was even worse.
That was worse.
The eyes were hid behind the cloak.
Yes,
and the eyes would fade. Come on, subtlety. Subtlety is key.
Exactly. There's two questions though. Now I don't know if you got the same thing. It's just questions, right? So number one, who was the voice on the phone at the end?
Oh.
Do you remember? She gets a phone call and she says, "Can you go to the birthday party?"
Yeah, because it couldn't have been. It can't be the person. It couldn't be Longlegs, because Longlegs at that point wasn't around.
Wasn't around. So who was it?
Oh my! It's the demon, isn't it?
Oh gosh! Second of all, why wasn't she able to shoot?
I thought she ran out of bullets or not.
No, because she kept on going, click, click, click,
Yeah,
click.
I thought she ran out of bullets, but then she.
No,
How many times did she shoot?
I
One
think
of
she only shot him like, twice, I think, or three
yeah. So
times.
she,
She
so
would have had six more. She would have had three more.
oh my, do you know what you're? Oh my gosh.
And then the mum was able to blow the doll's head off in the scene
Yeah.
beforehand. Those are the questions. And listen, if you're listening to this, you're going to be thinking, what the hell are these guys talking about? When you watch the movie, you're going to, these are the questions that might have afterwards. That is it. I thought, hang on a second. Why? Okay. Is this, why wasn't she able to? Was it the power of, who?
Nah, man. Nah, nah,
But then
nah,
if
nah,
it was
nah.
the power of, who, why was her mum able to blow the doll's head off then?
I don't know. You're asking questions that I can't. You're asking questions that I can't find answers to, but I like the questions.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got to maybe watch this movie again when it comes out
No.
next.
I need to, but I'm scared. I'm
Yeah,
scared.
because you know what, Devout,
I'm
I had
scared.
visions. No joke. I was putting the bins out, so I got
Yeah.
back. I was putting the bins out, and
Oh
no joke,
no,
man.
no, no, no,
I
no,
just
no,
kept
no.
seeing the cloth and the eyes
Oh
and
my
the horns.
gosh. I bet you ran in it to put the bins out, innit? You ran
Oh,
back home quick.
no,
You
man.
ran back home quick. You weren't hanging about.
These visions,
Oh
they're
my.
nasty, man.
All the questions. Oh my. Now you got me thinking, man.
So was it the power? So the phone call, it was something else.
Yeah, who was that then? No, this film is deep, you know. No, no,
Yeah,
no, no, no. This film's
exactly.
deep. No, this
Yeah.
film. And why is it called Longlegs?
Why
Why
was
is
he
it called
calling? Yeah,
Longlegs?
why was he calling himself Longlegs?
Let me see if I can find that out. Why is it called Longlegs?
And also, if there's going to be a sequel, which obviously they've set it up as maybe there is, the girl at the end of the movie, it's going to be following, because it's going to be following her now.
Mm. Oh my gosh.
And
I'm
you know
trying to
what?
find out
Yeah,
why it's called Longlegs, but I can't see.
and I can see where that they could turn this into kind of like a prequel, or where Longlegs was one kind of how should we call him, like a follower. There must be
Mm.
other followers all over the place. Maybe there's
Okay,
more
here it
dolls.
okay, I'll read this out, yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Longlegs quotes a poem. Oh gosh.
Hmm.
I don't want to say it because it's
Okay,
using it's
it
talking about
invokes.
Diablo, man. I'm scared.
Okay, man.
I'm not
Well,
gonna lie, you know what? Anyone listening, yeah, you're thinking, oh, why aren't these guys just chatting freely? Look, yeah, we watch these films, but at the same time, I'm scared, yeah. I'm scared of
it following.
I'm scared of
Uh,
saying certain things that's gonna
yeah,
create, it's just gonna
exactly.
attach something to me. I don't want
I
nothing to
know, man.
attach.
Yeah,
Do you
it's
know what I mean?
definitely look. I mean, it's definitely if you
I'm
love your kind
scared.
of procedurals and your kind of supernatural and crime dramas, man, it's up there. You should definitely go and watch it.
Oh my gosh, look, watch this. A shadowy figure of a horned goat like creature representing you know who is
Yeah.
present throughout the film,
Yes.
particularly when Agent Harker is investigating the satanic elements of the crimes. The
Yes.
figure is visible in the doorway when Harker is reading the card. I think I saw
Yes.
that one.
Yeah.
In the window when she is investigating in the library, in the background when the murder is committed at her mother's house, and in a reflection of the front door of the Carter home at the end of the film. So
Yeah.
some of these I might not have seen. I don't
The,
know.
the one right at the beginning, which really freaked me out, was where it's
Yeah.
sitting. It's in the car. It's sitting in the car watching her.
Did I see that?
It's
I might not
man.
have seen that.
It's unsettling,
Oh my
and
gosh.
it's just looking at her, and I was just like, oh my gosh.
Oh my but look, when Agent Lee enters the house sorry, when Agent Lee enters her mother's house near the end of the film,
Yeah.
all three hands of the clock over the archway have been set to 6. And you know what that means, yeah? Freeze.
Yes.
I
Oh,
ain't even saying it.
uh, 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 uh,
Oh my! And there's all these like, no, these encrypted messages, and
Yes.
there's, oh my
Oh
gosh!
man. So
I still
definitely,
can't find out what long legs means. It's gonna bug me, but
I
I don't
know.
know what. Oh my gosh! Hold on. While referred to almost exclusively as Longlegs, the titular killer's real name is spoken once on screen. I won't say
Yeah.
it. Through not explicitly stated, Longlegs refers to him in his human form, in which he literally has long legs. Okay, as
Oh,
opposed to the short legs of those he imbues with satanic energy to carry out his murder. So the dolls have short legs. He has long legs. Okay, it's
oh,
such a weird thing, though, isn't it?
I know. Oh man.
Nah, do you know what? This film, man.
Yeah.
This film,
It's got to be seen. Manuel, if
nah,
you're listening to this, you got to watch this movie. Look,
nah,
take take
nah.
something with you, man.
Mm-mm.
Take some object with you, like imbibe
Mm-mm.
it with like flipping.
Rebuke all these.
I'm okay.
wash,
Next time, man,
wash
when
away
I watch
all
these
the.
movies, I gotta take something with me, like say
Tell you,
some sort of
man,
sacred object with me, man.
everything. Bible, Quran, the Torah. I'm bringing every
Everything.
book.
But
Every
definitely,
book.
it's definitely worth watching. And like I said before, like it's a horror movie. It's a kind of police
Oh,
drama. It's that whole supernatural stuff, like the occultism, like there's people out there. And don't forget, there are Satanists out there. They
they
believe like that's a
freely
religion.
worship. Yes, exactly. You're
Yes.
right. They.
And who knows what those guys are doing, like what they're doing actually. So yeah, watch it. It's a thumbs, definitely a thumbs up. It's a long leg from me.
It's heavy
Up.
film. Eight, at least an 8 out of 10 for me,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's on
yeah.
one viewing. I'm
That's
sure if I
one
see it
viewing.
another time,
Yeah,
oh man,
yeah. So
yeah,
definitely go out and watch that one.
long legs.
And Deval, so have you got time for?
Yeah, this one's quick. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
do this
quickly
one.
do this
It's
one.
called A Violent Nature.
Yeah, okay. Let's quickly just make a note of this.
Yeah,
So, Violent Nature. Woo! So we spoke about this one a little while ago,
yeah,
and this trailer is out there. It shows like a sort of Michael Myers type killer, big
yeah.
guy who just goes around like an axe murderer, basically
Mm.
goes around killing people, and that's pretty much what the film's all about. But this film is a little bit different. Do you know why? This film, usually you get Halloween and Friday the 13th. You get the characters, isn't it? You got your Laurie, what's her name? Laurie
Yeah,
in
Laurie
Halloween.
Strode.
Schroeder or Strode,
Yeah,
yeah. You got
yeah.
her. You got all these different characters. Usually they're college kids or whatever. It follows them, their relationships, and then
Mm.
when they get into trouble and they're trying to obviously escape the murderer. This film, this film's an hour and a half, literally. It starts off randomly in the woods.
Yeah.
It starts off in the woods. The camera's focused on one little area where
Mm.
someone's necklace is hanging. You hear some voices in the background. You don't even see their faces.
Yeah.
And then there's a bit of like ground, dirt, where this person comes from out of the ground,
Oh
almost
shit.
like a almost
Evil
like
Dead.
like Thriller, yeah, like Evil
Yeah.
Dead. He just comes out. You never see his face. He comes
Okay.
out. You see him from behind. They're quite smart with the camera angles, so
Yeah.
you kind of see the side of his face. You can kind of see he's inhumane.
Right.
He's not.
Gotcha.
He's like he's part. He's not a full zombie, but he's part. What's the word I'm looking for? When decomposed, yeah. There's a
Right.
certain
I
parts of
gotcha.
his
Yeah. Yeah.
body are
Like.
decomposed, but he's still in full form. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So you hear these voices in the background. I think they go, and then he comes out of the ground, and then you just start seeing him walking around. It's like you're playing a computer game. So you're
First
behind,
person.
yeah. So the camera's behind the character, and the
Yeah.
character's just walking around. You might stop, look around, and then he walks around, and it will sort of
Yeah.
jump. The transitions will jump. So
Yeah.
rather than catch him walking for like half an hour, it'll be
Yeah.
like 2 minutes of that half
Right.
an hour.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
It'll
Yeah. Yeah.
jump, and the first thing it is, he comes to a house where the two people are arguing. He comes to it and he sort of lurks for a second to find out what's going on.
Mm.
Lurks. They're having an argument. The guy's saying, "Oh, you got too many bear traps around here. Blah blah blah. It's dangerous." And
Yeah.
the guy said, no, I gotta do it, blah blah blah. And the guy said, oh well, what one day if you don't set the bear traps in the right place, something might just come through. And you
Mm.
think, so they argue. One goes away, one man stays in the house, and then this guy, this killer, then walks to the house. It's funny, he's very lucky because he doesn't tiptoe, he never runs, but he walks. Sometimes the people that he's lurking on, they'll
Yeah.
walk around at the right time for him
Time
to.
would kind of,
Do you know what I
yeah, yeah,
mean? He
gotcha,
never
yeah.
creeps. He just,
The
it's like he
luckiest
doesn't
zombie
care.
ever.
He doesn't care. He just walks, and whatever happens, happens. So basically, that's how he goes around killing people. So,
Mm.
and the killings are very graphic,
Really? Okay.
very graphic. You don't. The thing is, he's got no. There's no explanation of who he is, or well, not straight away. There is halfway through the film, but
Right.
there's no explanation for a while who he is or why he's killing. Doesn't make a sound.
Uh,
Nothing. And he's definitely got a supernatural element because
right.
one of the
Okay.
worst killings, not one of the worst ones, but there's a moment where he comes across a river, not river,
Yeah.
a lake. He's here. Across the lake are these two college girls,
Yeah.
and they're just chatting. One jumps into the lake. The other one's like, "Oh, come on! I don't want to go in the lake or whatever." They're talking. He
Yeah.
sees them. It's going to be long to walk around the lake, isn't it? So what does
Yeah.
he do?
Exactly. So he just
Just
crosses,
walks. Doesn't
walks
swim. He
through.
just walks through the lake.
Oh my
And he
gosh.
doesn't come up for breath. So you know he's supernatural. And then when he
Exactly.
when he gets
The
to
undead.
where she is, one's swimming, and
Mm.
just by luck, the other one that's not swimming, she said, "Oh, by the way, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go down the road or whatever,
Mm.
and then catch me when you finished." You know. So as she walks off, he now gets the one in the water
Well,
and drags her under, kills her, whatever. And then the one that walks off, she's gone to do some yoga. It's just mad
yeah.
what these people are doing. She's gone to do yoga.
Millennials. Yeah.
That's the worst killing in the film. One of the worst killings. He's
Really?
got a hook, and also he gets these weapons just from around because it's the woods. He goes to a farm. He
Yeah.
gets weapons. So with her, he's got a hook, and she's doing yoga away from him. He comes up behind, and she thinks that's her friend. She's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, now you're here."
Yeah.
Turns around, it's just like that, and then he puts the hook in her belly. Yeah, he puts the
Oh.
hook in her belly so much that his hand comes out the other side.
Oh my gosh.
Mad. And then once he's done that, he gets the hook, hooks her head from the top like that, and then he starts to pull her head into her belly
Oh
to come
my.
out. It's
Shit.
it's
This is
mad.
mad.
Her head is going into her
The
belly.
forward
Come,
dog position inside herself, and oh
exactly.
my
Because she's
gosh.
flexible, I think
Yeah.
it can happen. So when I say to you, he just walks around killing people, and there's these college kids that hire out a shed,
Yeah.
not a shed, sorry, a cabin, and he kills them like crazy.
So
Uh,
it's kind of like, it sounds like as if it kind of like an ode to all those
yeah,
80s
yes,
slasher
yeah,
movies that
yeah.
we grew up
But
like,
like I
we knew
say,
about.
it's following him
Mm.
80% of the time. You get a bit of
Wow.
characters, but
Yeah.
80% of the time you're with him to
And you don't
find
get
out.
that. That's
You
we've
never
I've
get
never seen
that.
a movie like that.
You never get that. And the explainer is that something is a bit like Freddy. Something happened
Mm.
back in the day. People mocked him.
Yeah.
They killed him. And his spirit obviously has come back to kill people.
Right. Right.
So
Right. Gotcha.
but his body is like basically like Michael Myers. You can shoot him, it doesn't kill him.
It just doesn't die.
Yeah,
Okay.
it doesn't. So it's kind of
Wow.
like it's
Oh
just a
my
bit of a spin
gosh.
on his perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah, so it's mad. And the ending for me is spoilt because of the way it ends. I don't want to explain it, but the ending was really bad. The ending was a big disappointment.
Oh.
Big disappointment. If it carried on how it started, that's fine. But the way it ended, it was like, what? It was mad. It was weird ending. But apart from that, it was entertaining. It was in a cinema. It's a Shudder film, Shudder.
Mm.
But yeah, it's all right. It's all right. Nothing major, but it was interesting just to get a bit of a spin on it. Probably give it a 5 or 6 out of 10. I think. Yeah, 6 out of 10.
Okay, okay, all right. That's still not
Mm,
bad. It's still watchable. So if you've
yeah.
kind of if that is right up your alley, folks, slasher from the perspective of the actual killer, go check it
Mm,
out. I mean, Yeah, I mean, it sounds interesting. Like I said before, we saw the trailer and everything, and we thought it was kind of interesting. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. If you do watch it, let us know. Get in touch with us. On Instagram,
Yeah.
on X or whatever, YouTube and any of those pages, and let us know what you're watching. Right. Okay, so that is the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to wrap up, but keep it locked with us because next week,
Big
is it next
one.
week?
Yep, next one. Next week, big one. Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yep. Deadpool
Big
and
one.
Wolverine. There's that. And also Devour. We got to, honestly, man, we got to try and fit in where evil
Maxine. Oh,
Maxine,
Evil Lurks. Oh my
where
gosh.
evil lurks,
Oh, we
man.
got stuff.
We got
Oh.
to.
Have you actually seen it yet?
I've got it. I've downloaded
Yeah,
it.
I've not seen it
And
yet.
yeah,
I've not seen it. I've still got to see it. Mm.
yeah, exactly. So let's try and fit that one in. But yeah, definitely Maxine and that as well. We can fit in and all the other stuff that's coming out on streaming and whatnot. All right, okay, that is it, folks. We hope you enjoyed the show. Remember, message us, get in touch with us, let us know if you like it. And you know what? Write a comment because that really helps us. Yeah, that's